Good morning, you beautiful creatures. How the devil are you? I hope you're well. If you're new here, my name is Lou, or Lucifer, as my friends like to call me. By my friends, I mean my ever-growing army of demons. Hello there, new eyes. Who this? Yeah, I got some new ones. Where are we going?
We're going to For the Love of Sci-Fi.
For the last time.
The last For the Love of Sci-Fi.
We're gonna miss it. I understand why they're doing it. The boys need a rest.
The boys and girls.
The boys and girls. They do so much for us. Monopoly events, they are freaking awesome. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because it's going to be very relaxed. We're not used to very relaxed. What I mean by that is Gareth has pretty much got 4 guests to meet, and that's it. 5.
4 pre-booked, 1 out to pay on the day.
Yeah. Who's on the day?
Laz.
Ah, yes, of course. So who are you meeting, dear?
Today, Laz Alonso, Anthony Starr, Mr. Homelander, and Chase Crawford.
I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified.
But we're going to go into it like Jessie T. Usher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they give hugs...
Can you imagine being like, Homelander's given me a hug and he didn't kill me and there was no ulterior motives? That's wild. Wild. So yeah, we'll do what we usually do. We'll bring you all the good stuff, all the coverage.
And I think today will be a good one to demonstrate access.
Yes, we're doing access for the first time because this one is mentally broken. Wahoo! It's fine.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Like I've said in previous vlogs, I've very much gotten to a point now where I need to be a big boy and ask for help. And I need to remind myself that by asking for help, I'm being stronger than not asking for help. Anyway, we're going to do all the good stuff. It's going to be a good day. We're going to make the most of this weekend. Hopefully see some old friends, see some new friends, make some new friends. Friends. So yeah, have a horrible time in the best possible way. Got Leah and the Lions. We're literally going straight through the street food kitchen, and if you don't know, I'm obsessed with their sausage cobs. It is a cob.
It's a bat.
I'll die on this hill. It's a cob. It's a cob.
They say barm,
right in the. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. We have to learn the lingo. It is a cob. Let's get this argument going in the comments. Is it a cob, a bat, or a barm? We'll do it again.
Hello again.
If bowlers are watching this, please consider subscribing and giving us free things. Sponsor us. We're obsessed with these bloody cobs. I would die for them. Cob. It's a cob. It's good. It's good bread. Alrighty. So a lot of things have changed for the love of sci-fi. First of all, we've got a massive X-wing in the centre.
I'm fielding this in my next X-wing game.
No, you're not. Okay, you can. We got loads of photo ops. We've got a ton of photo ops. These are all free, by the way. I will chase you. And then we've got the main stage over here. We've got our photo shoots over here, main stars over here, and then our games over here. And here we have Gareth in his natural habitat at the autograph stand. See how he flits through the D section to find, what are you looking for?
Phil Dunster.
That one.
Jamie Tottenham.
Oh my god, we've got Richard Armitage. Sorry, you're getting all the voices today. I can only apologise. We've promised we're going to have a progression. This is the beginning. I want to see at least another tattoo by the next time we meet. Is that possible? Mandatory post about the schedule. This is what a schedule looks like. It tells you the price of a selfie and an autograph. Oh, that's not bad. So when they're doing the table autographs, when they're doing the photo ops, the different types of photo ops they're doing. So don't be afraid to come up to the desk and have a look. Like, you don't need to queue up to have a look at it. I just think it really helps with planning the day. There we go, lovely.
Yeah, right.
Again.
Take 4. 65.
Camera's messing up.
Yeah. So it's been a while because we've been busy getting sorting guests out. But we got Anthony Storr. He was great at Homelander. Doesn't look like him now.
So we just thought he was a homeless guy that was wandering around, and it turns out it's Anthony Starr. And it's like, oh my god.
Nah, he was great.
Don't get me wrong, like his look now is hot.
And his mannerism, he was having a laugh and a joke with everybody. Yeah, I think because he's a Kiwi.
Yeah.
He's from down under. Then we met
a Kiwi down under. They're not Kiwis.
They're still the Southern Hemisphere. Then we had Chase Crawford, the Deep, which was a big milestone for you.
We'll talk about it in a second.
We'll talk about that in a hot second. But then, one of the most loveliest people ever, Laz Alonso, Mother's Milk.
He was so nice.
He was cool.
He was awesome. Tell you what, shall we find a quietish space to have a bit of a power bath?
Yes, let's.
Let's do that.
Let's.
Because we've met all of our guests now.
Yeah, for today, yeah.
And I can also tell you about the access as well and how that went.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Let's do access first because it's there.
Let's do that. Okie dokie, so quick one before the deep meaningful chat, DMC as we like to call them on the channel. So this is your fast track diamond lane. So this is where you go if you've got disabled access or you've got diamond pass. So you have to come up to the arch, let them know who you're going to see, and then they will take you down to the guest who you need to go and see. You need to go to this arch first. You can't just join the queue just because they need to keep numbers up and they need to know where you've gone and what's going on with you. But yeah, that's the diamond lane. Gareth is going to be our taste tester for the Cookie Club. Cookie Club, sponsor us. Go on.
How many people have been since our vlog?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So this is white chocolate chip. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it one of the best ones you've eaten from the Cookie Club? Which one's your favourite?
Well, I've only had this in Funfetti.
Oh, Funfetti is amazing. I mean, the design, yes.
Comes with the Maryland cookie.
Heck yeah. Cookie Club, 10 out of 10.
Sponsor us.
Go and do the thing.
Next guest is one of the biggest guests we have at this convention this weekend. Everyone give it up for Nick Frost.
Woo!
How is it being before the love of sci-fi? I know you're a massive sci-fi fan anyway, so just seeing like we've got the massive X-wing there, we've got the TARDIS.
That's the thing about coming to things like this is there's a fucking massive X-wing fighter there, which is amazing.
With Simon Pegg's girlfriend at that time.
Yeah.
And she was responsible for one of the best duos in cinematic history.
It was
what was
weird.
that experience like meeting Simon?
It was weird because this Scottish waitress turned up and I kind of fancied her slightly, and then she said, "Oh, I've got a boyfriend." And I was like, "Oh, well, fuck you." and then she introduced me to her boyfriend, and then I was like, "Oh, fuck her." And Simon was the real.
He was the real prize.
He was the real prize, you know. And yeah, we met and we managed to be working. And secondly, it's also. I wouldn't want to cling on to something which could be taken away so quickly. Do you know what I mean? So what I tend to do is just
downplay things a little bit.
Yeah, I think myself lucky, and I get on with it, and I think let's just keep going. Let's keep going because it's also I'm still a fan. You know, I still get slightly aroused by an X-wing. So when I'm on set. And we've shot, we've written Paul, and then I'm stood and I'm looking at Sigourney Weaver. It's like, it's fucking Ripley, you know. It's like, so I still enjoy it. I'm still into that, you know. But I'm also aware that it's is, I don't know, I always think about acting, think about someone that you watched and really loved on TV 20 years ago, for instance, and now think about them now. Are they still on TV? Do they still make films? Do they still make TV? And are they still present all the time? And the chances are that the answer is no. So, you know, having, and what my point is, I'm tremendously lucky that I still have a kind of career, you know, and I can't take that for granted in terms of I have 3 children to feed, so I just get up every day and I just grind and I try and make it work every day and feel utterly grateful and thrilled that I get a chance to come and sit here and see Bumblebee. You know, it's not, I mean, I can actually see a real bumblebee. So if anyone's got anaphylaxis, I'll probably move away. What was your... Okay, fine. First of all, I loved that show so much. I loved shooting it. And part of the deal of me doing that was I wanted to do all my own fighting and all my own stunts. So I would say, honestly, 90% of it was me. And as a result of that, I now need to have my left knee replaced. But we worked out before we started filming, let's figure out a style of fighting that I can do that isn't unbelievable and there's not tons of wire work and it's more like something a big fat rugby man might do in a pub rather than, you know, in a Hong Kong street brawl, you know what I mean? So I wanted to do a lot of it too, because there was a lot of, I want to say bravado, you know, but there was a lot of like, if you got off set and you had like a massive bruise, there was like a bit of, you could show off slightly, you know. But I loved it, I loved doing that show. No one, except myself. This door here is the door to the back where all the cars are. So I would be in a vehicle and I would just be off. I'd be driving down to London, I'd get my family, and then there's a place in Wales that I always knew that I'd go, which is remote enough that I could see them coming from a long way away. And then obviously from that point on, I begin perhaps a 10-year regime of defending the house, you know, in terms of ditches and poles with spikes on, barbed wire, pits with fire, you know, etc. He just showed me around the interior of the TARDIS for an hour, and he told me what every button did, and it was amazing, and I loved it. It was Peter's really giggly, so it took us a lot, you know, he laughed a lot when we were acting together, which was quite nice. But it was just, you know, I'm 51 now, but I remember being like a 12-year-old boy laying on the floor looking up at Tom Baker lovingly, you know. So to be then in the TARDIS and Peter Capaldi saying, well, this does that, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, you know. My story, I've got a story from Doctor Who, and that is, the weird thing about Doctor Who is they make you pay for your own breakfast, which was like the weirdest thing I'd ever heard. But it's just like a thing that they do at BBC Wales, where you have to pay for your own breakfast. I know that sounds like a weird first world issue, but as an actor, well, sometimes you get into work and they say, what do you want? And you say, oh, I'll have a bacon sandwich and a coffee. And then he knocks and he gives you it, and then he stands there and saying, are you all right? He said, yes, £4.60. What? The biggest TV show in the world. Why am I having to pay for my own bacon sandwich? It's weird. But to answer your question, I loved it. We've got time for 50 more questions.
Hi, Nick.
Hello.
A lot of actors say say that they love playing villains, would you ever in the future consider playing a really sinister character? Because you're so wholesome, and I couldn't imagine it.
Well, that's the actor in me. I'm not at all. Ask my wife, I'm a horrible bastard. Yeah, I want to play anyone. I mean, yeah, I mean, every actor says, I'd love to play an evil. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's who doesn't want to pretend to be evil and horrible? But it's honestly, with three kids, I'd play anything. You know, I've got to put bread on the table. You know what I'm saying? Just have to enjoy one nice season, and that'll be that. I can't hear you. Shout! Come here and shout. What? Okay, he's asking could I do it as a graphic novel, and I guess technically yes we could, but I'm not going to.
As per usual, we've got all the food carts outside. Seems like they are similar to For the Love of Horror. I think they use the same food carts, which is fine. You've got street food, you've got standard food, you've got food, you've got more food. Express Grill seems to be a regular, but this, compared to For the Love of Horror, where if you've seen the vlog, if you remember how horrendously crowded it was, this is what it's like now. It's winter, baby.
I wasn't sure when you went.
The lads are talking. I'm just doing the thing. I nearly died, but I'm fine. You should buy from this store because they're awesome. They go up in heat. Don't do the Monster Mash because it's really, really spicy. And then you can wash it down with Liquid Death. They do coffee, but they don't do tea.
We might have tea coming soon.
Yeah, you better do.
The Loucifer range.
I'll be so lucky.
I don't know. Honestly, I actually think the prison breakout sequence in Andor is kind of something that I love. I think it's like amazing, and Andy Serkis was phenomenal in a speech that he gave, so I think that might be my new favorite right now.
You mentioned Gotham before. Obviously, a lot of Gotham fans here and around the world. You couldn't name him either character, either the twins, the Joker, but obviously heavily influenced by that character. What was it like sort of taking on the mantle of portraying a version or two versions of that character? Following up Heath Ledger as well. It's a mean feat.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very... I don't know, man. I actually really... I know it's like a basic answer, but I do love Luke. I do really love Luke. And I'm hearing R2 as well, so the pairing of Luke and R2 is, yeah, it's the template. Thank you. Off cannons and throwing knives at people, so at least not yet, who knows. But you know, I think that there's always going to be a little part of yourself in all the characters, and then there's also a strange thing where when you play a character, you start to get to know them and they start to kind of solidify as their own person, and it's like they're a person that you know and they kind of live within you, and so they're always kind of a part of you in some way. And it's just, over time, when you're playing a character, you know how to kind of shift in and out of that person that you know, basically.
Good job. We'll carry the convention, it's fine.
Hey, make some noise for Captain America himself, Anthony Mackie.
This is the song they picked. That's interesting.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Everybody else came out, I was like, man, those are some good tunes.
I don't know if you've noticed, she's sitting on an Iron Man chair as well.
Oh, this is nice.
Have a look at it, have a look at it.
This is nice.
I'm on the Spider-Man one.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to bring them out. How great is it being here with the fans in Manchester? Everyone's geeking out, ready to see you, man.
You know, it's really great. I love controlled environments, and this has been very controlled. But the X-Wing is kind of ridiculously amazing. Like, I've just been looking at it all day. I'm waiting for it to turn around and just slowly get pushed out the back wall.
I mean, everyone wants to nerd out about Captain America with you because, you know, the story of how you found out the mantle was being passed is absolutely legendary. Not a lot of people get that passing of the torch moment from the person the torch is being passed from. And you were very far away. Let's get closer. Let's get closer.
COVID's over, bro. We're in here.
We're in here.
We're in here.
You were around Chris Evans' house watching an American football game. Football, that's what you guys call it over there. And he just let it slip and just said, have you seen the script? Have you heard about that passing of the torch moment? And you had this amazing moment together, didn't you? What was that like?
It was great. I felt like there couldn't have been, like, I didn't want to find out from Kevin Feige. Like, the best person to find out from was Chris Evans because of our relationship. You know, he and all of us guys, we're kind of like brothers. You know, we really have a good rapport and a good relationship. You know, we still talk all the time. You know, Sebastian and I talk all the time. Jeremy and I talk, you know, all the time. You know, so it becomes one of those things to where, you know, you just become excited for each other's success and things that come our way. You know, so it was the perfect way to find out. So, but that day and that shoot was kind of magical because it's like going back to a high school reunion, you know, and you walk in the room and it's like, holy shit, there's Gwyneth Paltrow. You know, it was a moment like, oh shit, that's Michael Douglas. You know, it was moments like that where, you know, the younger guys were running around getting pictures with people and everybody else was, you know, just like fanning out over everybody else. So it was, you know, it was fun. Then they put us on one of those stupid double-decker buses in LA and drove us around the city so people could point at us like idiots. But it was a good time other than the bus.
You've mentioned before in interviews how Samuel Jackson was a massive inspiration and influence in your early days of your career because you worked with him way before Marvel on some of your earliest projects. What was it like having him as a mentor, and then let alone a mentor, you're then part of the MCU with him as well. He's Nick Fury, you're Falcon/Cap. What was that experience like?
It was great. I mean, you know, there's a lot of just symmetry when it comes to my career and being in the MCU. Like Don Cheadle's the reason I started acting. You know, so to be in a movie with Don Cheadle now is kind of insane. You know, Sam Jackson, I've done like, Sam Jackson's done 1 million movies. I've done 500,000 movies with Sam Jackson. You know, from the time when I had one line to the time now that I'm starring opposite him to now I've been able to produce a movie that stars myself and Sam Jackson. So it's been a wacky ride, man. But since the beginning of my career, he's always been there to support me and talk to me, which nobody else has done that. And I've worked with a lot of people. I've been off Broadway, I've done Broadway, I've done little movies, I've done massive movies, and he's the first person to stand by my side and say, you know what, all this famous shit aside, you're a good dude. You know, even when his wife hated me, because she did, she likes me now, but she hated me. he was still my boy. He was still my friend, and I can call him at any time and just talk to him. And he's always willing to listen.
What are some counter, whether as a friend or a foe? Maybe one friend and one foe.
You know what? I hate this question, but I don't know if this is a comic or not, but I'm gonna put it out there. Godzilla is like my favorite character in the world. And the idea it was a lady in a rubber suit makes me happier. So I kind of want to be in a Godzilla movie fighting Godzilla. I don't know how that works, but I want it to happen, right? Or like baby Godzilla.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
I want that. I want that for myself, right? Even if I lose, like even if he like burns me up, I'm cool with that. But I want to fight Godzilla. And a person I would like to, a super character I would like to be in a movie with as a nemesis. You know, I'm going to London tomorrow specifically to punch Tom Holland in the face. So I would really like another fight with Spider-Man. Like, I'm really looking forward to just, you know what I mean?
I don't know what it is with you and Tom Holland. I don't know.
He's so tiny. You know what I mean? I'm so excited to punch him in the face.
I don't know if you've seen The Boys or are a fan of that show, but we've got a lot of cast.
Yeah.
So, right, how does a fight between Captain America and Homelander go? That's what everyone want to know.
That would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. I feel like, you know, not to brag, but I feel like I'd win. I have a pretty good right hand, and there's not too many people who have faced this right hand and lived to tell about it. All right, that's all I've knocked a lot of fools out. Not trying to brag. Actually, we have a knockout line after the Q&A if anybody wants it. Villains. Ooh, that's hard. Villains. I'm more. What was the guy's name? I'm not good with villains. How about this? Not villains, good guys. So I'm a big Thundercats fan. My goal in my career is to be the black dude in Thundercats, right? Because you know Monroe was a black dude, right? Like he's just walking around in drawers and shit. Like I want to, if they're making that movie, put that online. What's the dude from He-Man? Skeletor. Fucking love Skeletor. Oh man. And I asked you this question. Who would you say is the villain? Tom or Jerry? Right.
Good question.
Jerry, exactly. He had little man issues. So Jerry was a great villain. I love Jerry. I want to fight Jerry. You know who Tom Holland is? He's Jerry. He's Jerry. Look at the ear, everything. I'm punching him in the face tomorrow.
I'm scared for him. I'm very scared for Tom tomorrow.
That's the only. I literally came here for free. Just to go to London to punch him in the face.
I'm scared that I'm in the Spider-Man chair right now as well. I'm wearing red. That was not a good move for me today.
You didn't call me back. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna say, funny story. So, we were on set one day and there was a bunch of people on set. And I traditionally don't like actors. I hate actors. And there were a bunch of actors on set. And I was about to punch one of them. So I snuck off and we were on this massive farm in Atlanta. And I went back to my trailer, I grabbed my fishing rod, I grabbed my tackle box, and I went out to the lake and I started fishing. So everybody was like, "You're the weirdest human being alive. You're out there in full costume fishing." And I caught a fish. It was bigger than you. It was bigger than you. It was a large fish. So everybody's like, "What are you gonna do with that fish?" I went back to my trailer, I cleaned that fish, and I made myself lunch. And it was the first day everybody didn't go to RDJ's trailer for lunch. It came to mind. It came to mind because I had fresh fish in costume. This guy. I have photos. There's visual proof. We got pushed back, you know, COVID, all this stuff. We couldn't do reshoots, all this stuff. So WandaVision, because it wrapped earlier, it was able to go into post and finish first. So we came out second, which I think was the best thing for our show. Because WandaVision was such an amazing show, and Paul and Elizabeth were so great in that show that it kind of formed the vocabulary that the audience needed for what those shows were going to be. Like, I think if our show would have came out first, people would have been like, oh, it's just a movie, but 8 episodes. You know, but that show was so different, and their performances were so beautiful that it really created a new idea of what the Marvel Universe was going to be. So, it was cool. I mean, you know, Falcon Winter Soldier was definitely the best Disney Plus show thus far, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But I did. So, nah, but it was great being the second show. I'm glad we weren't the first show, just because WandaVision was such an amazing show.
Marvel character that Tom Holland could actually beat.
You know what? You know what? He's a feisty little dude. I feel like everybody could beat up Ant-Man. First of all, you've never been in a fight, ma'am. This is how you win a fight. If you hit me more than I hit you, you win. He ran. I didn't. Think about it. Think about it. When you're getting beat up, you usually run. You never saw anybody running from a fight they won. So, Ant-Man, anybody can beat him up. Hawkeye. Come on, he's literally, he just got rolled over by a tractor. If you want to beat him, it's now. Now's the time. That was good, right?
Did not expect that. Did not expect that today.
If you're going to get them, it's now, young man. Hit them when they're down. Everybody is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun shooting those movies. And just because it's like summer camp. Like, you show up and now we're old and we have kids and, you know, some of us are vegan and, you know, just, you never know who's going to show up, you know? So it's always a new adventure when working with people in the MCU. I'll tell you what, shout out to England. I just met John Boyega. I fucking love that guy. All right? Just so you know, I fucking love this guy. All right? Not in the MCU, but we spent 2 days together, and let me tell you what, I didn't want to leave. I love that guy. English treasure. He is a treasure of England. The what? You know what? What if Lando's little brother?
Last one, guys.
No, absolutely not. No. It's like being invited to the party. I was just happy to be there, you know. It's great. Like, don't make any waits, you know. Maybe they won't know I'm here, so I won't get fired. Like, it's perfect, you know. But, you know, with the evolution of the universe, it's interesting to see how all the characters have kind of grown and evolved. So it's always funny. I mean, I feel like with all these shows, like, we've all become friends. You know, like, I watch The Boys. I know all the guys on The Boys. And I'm like, I know these are my guys. I have to, you know. So it's funny now with everyone seeing where our careers are going, the characters that we're playing. and just how those characters grow and evolve. So for me, I've never got involved with a project thinking, oh, by part 7, I'm going to be the guy. Like, nobody thinks that. You're not trying to sit around for 6 damn movies just so you can be the guy in number 7. Oh, God. You know? And I love Chris Evans. So he'll forever be my cat. So it's, you know, I was just lucky enough to be on set with him and watch him evolve as this iconic character. So no, it wasn't something I expected or anticipated. I think that's why, you know, when Chris tells the story or, you know, when we look back at it, it's so funny to us because it's like when you marry your best friend. You know, it's like, oh, I love you, but you're my best friend. You know? So it's just one of those things that just happen. It happens things. You know?
Amazing. Everyone give it up for Anthony Mackie. Absolute pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much.
I'm taking this chair.
We are literally leaving because we have heard a rumour that there might be some snow starting, and I'll be damned if I don't get home. We're done.
Hi.
And we are done.
That was a good talk.
Had to, oh my God, one of the best talks we've ever been to, Anthony Mackie.
I am scared for Tom Holland now.
He's got such a vendetta against Tom Holland. It's hilarious. Sorry for the abrupt leaving. So we were speaking to Dean and found out that it's there's a rumour that it might start snowing. So we just basically said, right, we're bouncing because we don't want to have the lack of ability to go home tonight, because I've got a lot of editing for you lucky people. Yeah, awesome day. Emotionally like draining, but an awesome day. Everything was awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything was great. Everything was really, really good. I hate this part of the road.
It's the old tram line. Oh, clearly.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's bounce. Yeah, start to finish, great, easy getting in. The access, really straightforward, really helped in certain situations.
Staff were friendly.
Staff were really good, yeah.
Accommodating.
Yeah. Really empathetic as well. It was really nice. So I feel a bit more comfortable using it now. Like, it definitely helped. Guests, chat from your perspective, and I will say from my perspective.
They were a blast. Speaking to the cast of The Boys, obviously, Anthony Starr, Chase Crawford, Laz Alonso, down to earth. Anthony Mackie having a laugh with everybody.
Yeah.
Is it possible if you could put Homelander? No. Yeah, sure. And even when we were just, I was trying to calm Lou down. I was like, look, just imagine, just picture that, just remember that video of him being hoisted up for Gen V, and he just goes, I can hear you. He's not American, he's Australian.
So the reason that Gareth had to calm me down, and I don't mind, you know, I'm not ashamed of it anymore. I have no reason to be ashamed of it. Over 7, 8, 9 years ago, I came out of a horrendously abusive relationship. I've also been essayed multiple times. And because of that, shocker, I am not so good in the head. I have severe PTSD with it, so with something like The Boys, a lot of you are going to be like, well, why do you put yourself through it anyway? Because I like superhero stuff. I love it, and for the most part it's fine, I can get through it, but there are some moments where I'm not watching what's going on, I'm reliving what happened.
Like, put a case in point, if you don't mind me saying, is episode 1 of the first season between the Deep and Starlight.
Yeah, and because of that, like, I'm usually very good with separating the character from
the art and the artist,
from the actor. However, with the boys, I just, like, my brain, something in my brain is like, danger, 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 danger. So today was extremely difficult. I was shaking, I was on the verge of tears, I was not good, like, my speech was really affected, but they were incredible with me. They were some of the loveliest people I've met. Anthony Starr, being a typical Aussie, he was like, that's amazing, but not amazing as in like a good thing that I feel that way. It's like, that's amazing that you've been able to do this, but leave that there. This is me, I'm not Homelander, you're doing great. And he gave me like a weird hug,
like over the table,
an over the table hug. And then Chase Crawford, he was like, oh wow, you know, that's harsh. It's horrible that you have to deal with that, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. Like, I'm sorry that my character makes you feel that way. And I was like, honestly, don't worry about it. Like, you're doing a great job as a performer. I just associate a lot of what the Deep does with a lot of things that were done to me. And he gave me such a nice hug. Like, he held me for a really long time.
And then Laz Alonso, when you were just talking about it, he was just sat there and he just went, right, come here.
he just said, like, well done for trying to beat it and, you know, getting through it. And I says, well, you know, it's something I have to live with now. Like, yes, I can do things to help myself with it, however, I'm always going to have that. And he was like, well, you're taking steps and you're doing good, and please stick with us, because I promise the next season is amazing. Like, I hope that you'll stay with the boys and watch it and enjoy it as much as you can, because we really appreciate you watching it. And wow, and it frustrates me, because even when we were leaving that, I said to Gareth, I was like, I feel so stupid. And he's right, I shouldn't feel stupid, because I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for such trauma that it's, you know, it's ruined a lot of things for me.
The best analogy I've seen to describe trauma and abuse is if you take a piece of paper, crumple it up for every hurtful word that's said to you. If you unravel it, it's permanently damaged. Ironing over it is pretty much like saying sorry. It doesn't get rid of it. It's there forever.
And I think today has taught me, and I hope it teaches other people, that you can either let that affect you for the rest of your life and stop you from doing the things you love, or you can get support to push through it and do the things that you want to do. You know, that's the reason why I started doing this, to do things so people could feel safe going to places.
Like, look at Grace. We met her at Liverpool and she was anxious as anything. She was queued up for a guest, ran out of the queue. She's now going to these events on her own. She was meant to be coming with 2 friends who backed out. Who backed out, and she was like, I don't care, I'm still gonna have a good time on my own.
And that's the kind of, if that's the kind of impact that we have, then I know we're doing our job right, and I'm proud of us. I'm so proud of us. So yeah, sorry for the sob story, however, it's who I am. Unfortunately, it's what I've had to deal with, it's the cards that have been dealt, and I'm showing you that I'm getting through it. Yes!
And Tom Holland, if you do happen to watch this, run.
Anthony Mackie is baying for your blood. I don't know what you did to him, but boy, that boy is mad.
I'm so upset that we weren't able to meet him. But
hopefully he'll come back.
Hopefully he'll come back.
It seems like he's had a really good time today, so hopefully touch wood, he'll come back. Special mention to Ian, aka Sticks, for making me this soul collecting jar. So I said on a previous vlog that I wanted to bring a jar with me, and every time I got a new you're doing great. Every time we got a new subscriber, I'd write their name down and I'd put it in my jar, and I'd have like soul collecting jars. And he's made me one, and it's got freaking lights in it, and it's got a I'm gonna butcher this. No, can't do it.
It's Latin for lost souls.
Yes. So it's Latin for lost souls, which is metal AF. So please subscribe, because I've got a jar to put your soul in now. Awesome. Today's been a really good day. It's been a really good day.
Surprisingly quiet.
Very quiet. And it just kind of goes to show a little bit partially why for the love of sci-fi might be going, because it's dead.
It hasn't been getting the traction it used to.
No.
I would have thought with names like Anthony Starr, Chase Crawford, Anthony Mackie, Clark Gregg.
He actually turned up.
Yeah.
Chelsea Breeze.
Having those names there, it would have brought people in. And even on the socials, they would say, we've got 1,000 tickets left, we've got 500 tickets left. There was plenty of room to hold your arms out and spin around like a tornado.
Beat people furiously about the head.
Or do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's sad, but
and we think I've got a feeling it'll be even quieter tomorrow.
Yeah. It's not a for the love of horror crowd, and I said that during during we're halfway there, living on a prayer. There were like 3 girls that had my back behind me, were the only ones singing. You didn't have that for the love of horror. Everyone was singing.
For the love of horror is more of a festival, and I like that.
I love that convention to death.
Any gripes from today?
Personally, no. I don't think so.
I only think there's a couple of things that I was a bit.
Yeah, go on.
The facilitation of the talks was completely, in my opinion, could have been better. Like, for example, when we go to For Love of Horror and we see Ben and Tim, we saw Ben and Tim.
Ben and Tim slay those talks.
Ben facilitated up on the top, and then Tim literally questioned, right, microphone, right, you've said your thing, give me the microphone, where's the next person? There was a lot of silence between questions, and which is where we prefer to, we like hearing things to fill that gap. We're, from being in a performance background, when we've got scripts, and sometimes we have to wait for someone to go up. You have to do a little bit of improv to fill that gap, because it just becomes awkward.
But also because we're horrendously anxious people and hate awkward silences as well.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
And then it was a weird one, that impromptu. We didn't film it. The impromptu panel with the Squid Games contestants. When they came up on stage, there was like a one-person pity clap. It was like Radio 4 golf clap. It was an awkward panel, which I felt was a little bit forced. Because they happened to be there, and it was like, oh, do you want to do a panel? Yeah. Personally, I don't get the hype, because obviously we've never seen Squid Games.
I have.
I've never seen Squid Games, and in all fairness and in all honesty, I don't think I will. It's not my thing.
I like Squid Games. It's just advertisement for the show, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But those are my thoughts. But that Anthony Mackie panel, incredible.
And also, I just want to add on to that.
Nick Frost as well.
Oh, Nick Frost was brilliant. I love that man to death. A lot of the joy of Monopoly events is they do a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
So just because that wasn't necessarily our cup of tea, it could have really meant a lot to somebody else. So I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here.
Oh, yeah,
get it? Because I'm a devil.
100%. Like at For Love of Horror, they had Sean Clark.
Yeah.
Just because he was there.
Yeah.
And that interests us.
I mean, some people probably couldn't care less about Sean Clark, but to all us, he's, you know, up there. Same as For the Love of Sci-Fi last year, where they did that surprise set of Earth Angel.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that.
That was fun.
I'm not a Back to the Future fan. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not for me.
Yeah. You're not really a fan of time travel.
No, I'm not. Apart from Doctor Who. I like the first one and I like the third one. But even hearing it was good fun.
Yeah.
Like
getting people to sing along as well.
Yeah, and that really meant something to a lot of people. So yeah, I think
it's going to be sad seeing For Love of Sci-Fi go, because
it really is.
The joy of it is the same as For Love of Horror, and for those who like For Love of Wrestling, it's a niche market. Yeah. You can dive into it, but I think also like with Sci-Fi, excuse me, is that you can get these guests for your regular Comic Cons.
Yeah. I also want to say, like, the boys need a rest.
The boys and girls, yeah.
Jesus. You're dying.
We've been stood in the cold for 2 nights in a row.
We have been stood in the cold for 2 nights.
I think it was like there's going to be colds and flu.
I'm surprised we're not dead. Yeah. Excuse me. There I am. There she goes. Yeah. The team behind Monopoly events need a rest. Poor Neil was running around like, wow, a blue butt fly. He'd only had today.
Oh yeah, well he actually managed to get something to eat.
He actually managed to get something to eat, and that should say something.
He only had a chocolate bar.
Yeah. I feel like an angry mum. But these...
Look after Neil Hibbert.
Yeah, someone protect Neil Hibbert. But these people work really hard to make the things that we enjoy, and to get the guests, to get the venues, to get the vendors, all of that good stuff, the hotels, all of it. A lot of stuff we don't even know about, they have to deal with. So I think they're entitled to a good rest to make things, you know, even bigger and better for us next year.
Yeah, for next year they've announced Comic Con Mania, which is a thing that it's like, from what I understand, just by looking at the Facebook posts, that it's going to be a smaller convention, but they're going to take it on the road to like different places. So
nice.
You never know, there might be something closer to home.
Maybe.
For us. We're still waiting to hear about For Love of Fantasy.
I'm excited for that one. Really excited for that one.
Guests are starting to be announced for Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's more being announced from Monday.
Yeah. We'll be going to Liverpool.
We just need to get the tickets.
We just need to get the tickets. We will be going to Liverpool. Just because it's going to be the biggest one they've done.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, we need to have a look at it. But yeah, so that's, sorry, we've gone off on a massive tangent, and this is like a 16-minute outro. Yeah, so tomorrow...
16 minutes? Wow.
Yes, we talk. This is why we need to do a podcast, because we've got a lot to say. We're working on it. Yeah, so tomorrow's pretty much going to be a lot of the same thing. So Billy Piper, Christopher Eccleston, and then we are free agents for the rest of the day. We'll be doing some talks, and we will be looking around the photo ops, the vendors, and just chilling.
Yes, yeah, because we didn't properly look around the photo ops today.
No, we didn't. So we'll be doing that for you tomorrow. Lovely. We hope you've had a good day. If not, that's okay. Always remember, tomorrow's a new day. See you later, guys. Bye.